It's interesting too the way Funeral Grey and Self Sabotage really fit together, and also Brainwash, which of course everyone's heard now, through live streams and all that kind of stuff. It feels like a really, really cohesive record. Not that the other ones weren't, but it was. Do you know what I mean? You always spoke about, particularly with Greatest Hits, actually, about how you wanted it to almost have loads of different feels. It almost felt like a
Yeah,
playlist at points in a really nice way because you're just trying
yeah,
so many different styles, and that was sort of the point of that record in a lot of ways.
right.
This feels like it's more moving towards this is a collection I kind of want you to hear together type vibe. Am I right in that?
There, you're definitely right in some ways. There are a lot of the album also has its own other kind of vibe that we haven't really shown yet. But yeah, I think Funeral Grey and Brainwashed were written one day apart and on the same shitty little $50 guitar. Like and that's like the final stuff in it too, like where you're hearing, like the yeah, like that's the same little like basically toy guitar. And then with Brainwash, like those are both done on like a guitar that's like this big, and and so it's really fun. But I mean, I think a lot of this album was approached more with guitar. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I think just because Greatest Hits was very like, I'm going to approach this with like keyboards and pads and like make some loops and just like freestyle over it, whatever, figure it out. But this one, it was more like I want to like touch shit and make some like very like it was more of like a tactile experience. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to like strum shit and be like ah, you know what I mean? And so I think a lot of this album is more guitar oriented than the last one.
Interesting. What do you think prompted that? Was it just that thing of okay, I've done this before, I want to try something different just to keep things interesting, or was there anything that kind of
Yeah,
prompted that?
I feel like being able to move forward with everything I've learned from like fandom and greatest hits, but then bring guitar through it and like kind of do it through that way instead of using like a synth or a cut vocal or whatever. Like basically taking everything I've learned through those albums and using like the more and like more of the foundation as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it definitely makes a lot of sense. We can definitely hear it so far.